Hello everyone, my name is Mystic. Today begins one of my most ambitious series to date. For those unaware of the monster beast thing that is Homestuck, it's essentially a webcomic where a young boy and his friends play a game that ends the world. Other than that, I don't think even a full 12-hour essay by me could begin to explain the 8,129 pages and beyond of Homestuck. So, if you're unaware, please go read Homestuck. It's very fun and interesting, to say the least. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So, without further ado, let's just get right into the video. The story begins where all others do, the beginning, at the inception of the universe. This continuity birthed the Lord of all things, Zeno, the creator, into the void of nothingness. Here, the newly birthed god decided to create everything around him, and so he created the first universe. Here, he created the system of the gods, the realm of the Kaio, and the angels were born. From here is where our first story emerges. Zeno was bored. He created a universe around him, but there wasn't much to do with it. He wanted to experience something fun. So, he asked the Grand Priest to find the greatest mind among the gods, and bring them to him to create a game. A game to both entertain him, and to allow the universe to prosper. The Grand Priest traveled to the realm of the kaioshin, finding a young Chronoa. Due to the nature of reality, if not for the intervention of the Grand Priest, she was destined for irrelevance. She was not the prime version of herself. However, she could still achieve great things. Alongside her was her partner and rival, Demigra. Demigra was intelligent, possibly even more so than Chronoa herself. But within his heart, a great darkness welled within. The Grand Priest brought both before him, and Zeno was satisfied, despite the obvious evil welling within Demigra. If they could both deliver results, what was there to worry about? He could just erase him. The two former Kaio then become the creators of a universal game, one that would shape the lives of several trillions of life forms across the multiverse. Chronoa designs the Sburball game, a game that would provide the higher gods with entertainment for eons. Chronoa is the main architect, creating the worlds of Prospect and Durst, and creating the Carapacians and Skya. Demigra conceptualized the sprites and denizens as necessary assistance to the players of the game. However, these alone wouldn't be enough to create the game. Chronoa and Demigra spent weeks thinking of ways to create a solution, a way for the game to actually propagate the universe. Chronoa thinks for a bit, but then decides to search for objects and trinkets that could possibly assist her in the creation of the game. Doing this, Chronoa learns she has an uncanny ability to find objects known as juju. These artifacts are artifacts of immense power, with no discernible temporal origin. Because of this, Chronoa, with her uncanny ability to sense the temporally anomalous/displaced, was able to find these artifacts and collect them to create her game. In this journey, Chronoa would find a juju, one of great importance. This object had no true name. It would go by many titles. The ultimate weapon, the treasure. But Chronoa knew it by another name, the plot hole. Upon finding this weapon, Chronoa opens the box, and the treasure infuses an immense amount of power within Chronoa, allowing her to shape paradox space to her will, and allow for the system of time within the void to function as she pleases. Here, she creates the 12 aspects, the classes, the game constructs like the Beat Mesa, which holds dominion over space and time within the game, and even the Reckoning, which would allow for players to even be born. Demigra is astonished at the power Chronoa displays. His evil disposition and jealousy finally boiling over. as Chronoa completes the game. He gathers his own power and prepares to attack Chronoa and steal the Juju. Demigra spends time researching the dark arts, and in this time, the first session starts. The first players go through their session with ease and defeat the Black King. Chronoa is content with this test run and is ready to retire to the realm of the Kais. But soon after, Demigra attacks Chronoa and rushes to find the collection of Juju. Chronoa is on the defensive, despite the strength difference. Demigra is far faster than Chronoa, who is fighting to protect both the newly won players of the Sburball session, as well as the collection of Juju she had collected to allow the game session to function. Here, Chronoa failed. Demigra shot a blast of dark energy, which Chronoa managed to dodge, but in the process, the energy hit the players of this session. Their god-tiered bodies contorted and transformed as they became the beings known as the Horror Terrors. In the commotion of their birth, Chronoa was distracted just long enough for Demigra to rush and try and grab one of the Juju. Chronoa realizes here that there is only one thing to do. She shoots a massive blast of temporal energy toward the Juju, knowing them to be indestructible. This shatters all the Juju across time and space, across the entire continuity pattern. Chronoa, caught in the explosion of energy and severely weakened, is left laying lifeless in the void, clinging on to life. Demigra stands over her body, the body of his fallen co-creator. He smiles and kills her. The power of the ultimate weapon returns to the plot hole, and Demigra flies to claim it, but is stopped by the Grand Priest. Zeno himself isn't happy with the interference in the finale of his game session, and Demigra will face punishment soon enough. Demigra shakes in fear, knowing his erasure is likely, so he forms a plan. Demigra splits a piece of him off from himself, who flies to the demon realm and finds the scientist and sister of Dabura. With his demonic power, he convinces her to help his plan. Using the corpse of Chronoa and this small part of his own body, Toa is tasked with the creation of two things. The creation of a species that will be able to find and detect Juju, and a demonic being with the ability to carry on Demigra's will. Demigra is then erased by Zeno for his crimes, leaving only the small part of him split off left. Toa does as asked, using Chronoa's body, creating a race known as the Cherub. With Demigra's small piece of his soul, she creates Fu, her own son. Demigra's plan is set in motion, as the universe and multiverse begins to form, and he plans to hold dominion over all of it. An unknowable amount of time later, Universe 7 is facing a problem. Emissary of the Demon and Emperor of the Alternian Empire, her imperious condescension is on a conquest across the galaxy. Her empire is in direct conflict with that of Frieza's, and her power is even greater than his. But even though her empire is strong, her power doesn't give her dominion over the cosmos, as she serves the name of the demon. Her current master, though, is known as Doc Scratch. I think this is a good place to leave off for now. What do you guys think of this video? Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for 600 subscribers, by the way. If you like this video, comment down below suggestions for more what-ifs like this one. I've had this idea for a while, ever since I started reading Homestuck, and even more so after I finished it. I hope to continue this ambitious series for a long while. I haven't entirely fleshed out the story yet, So we'll be journeying through this tale from the continuity pattern together. Oh, and be sure to be on the lookout for an explanation video on the cosmology of my iteration of Dragon Ball's Omniverse. It should be coming soon. Be sure to join my Discord server, where you can post art that may be featured at the end of videos like this one, suggest what-ifs that may be featured on the channel, or even just talk to me. Also, one last thing. Check out my second channel, where I posted a video on the best page of Homestuck. I plan on posting other non-what-ifs on that channel, alongside basically whatever I want to. That doesn't fit with my purely Dragon Ball-centric view on this channel. Anyways, thanks so much for watching the video. I'll see all of you in the next one. Bye-bye!